My happy marriage made me cry. Let's talk about it. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I wanted to talk about one of the most heart wrenching mangas that I've read in a long time, and it actually made me cry. And it is called My Happy Marriage. My Happy Marriage follows the story of Mio, who is seen as nothing but a nuisance, a drain to her family, and is very, very mistreated, abused, and is treated as if she is worthless, and in turn, that creates trauma for her in seeing her worth. All that mistreatment is compounded to how she responds to the world and to the people around her. And because she's seen as a nuisance to the family and a drain to the family wealth, she is shipped off to be married to Kyoka, who is rumored to be one of the most ruthless people in all of the country. And it is just such a heart wrenching journey to see, but there's so much that we can learn from Mio, and that is realizing the value in ourselves, and that recovery from trauma is possible. And the author does a really wonderful job in capturing how trauma does impact a person. And this is not a lighthearted read by any stretch of the imagination. It is something that is very hard to read, and I don't blame anybody that has to put this manga down to take a break here and there to catch their breath, because so much happens to Mio. And spoiler alert, one of the most heartbreaking things that I saw within this book was that when you see Mio start to make progress in her life, and how she sees herself and be accepting to other people's kindness, and that she's not always at fault for everything. She doesn't have to blame herself for every little thing. When you see her journey and then you see her take a few steps back because of the trauma response, it can get frustrating, right? Because you're going, no, no, Mio, you have to see the value in yourself. Whatever your family told you was a lie, right? And Kyoka, there's more to this character than that meets the eye. And again, he's rumored to be cold and ruthless. However, he is one of the most gentle and thoughtful people that I think is a good match for Mio, and he helps Mio start to see the value in herself and that she doesn't have to apologize for every little thing. And the other touching moment to me was when he gives her the hair comb to replace the old one that she has. And I thought that was very touching, and I kind of put myself in Mio's position because I felt that she was using an old comb because she didn't feel valuable herself. Like she wasn't worthy of being able to get a new item, that's much better for her. So when he gives her this hair comb, I thought that was a very touching moment. There's a support character, Yuri, that's very kind to her. And I just love that. I love that there are kind characters in this story that show up in Mio's life to help her along the way, even if it gets very frustrating. The one character that I really hated, spoiler alert, was her stepsister Kaya, and you see in the first opening pages of the manga that she is a spoiled brat, and she throws hot tea on Mio, which is horrible. So I really hope that Mio's family gets what's coming to them, because they had no right to treat Mio so terribly, because it caused a lot of damage to her. Um, I just cried, throughout this manga, and I think this is the very first manga ever in my entire existence where my eyes just teared up for this character because I saw so much of myself in her. I'm doing the work and finding my own worth in my own life and in my own relationships, finding that it's okay for me to have a voice. It's okay for me to share my thoughts and feelings with others without the fear of being, getting in trouble for that. You know what I mean? So I just saw myself in Mio, and I'm rooting for her all the way. If you plan on picking up this manga, Volume 5 is scheduled to be released next year. So this has been a long wait for the fifth volume to come out because I saw in the forums that people were asking, when is it coming out? Um, Again, I haven't seen the anime. I don't know if I will do so because I'm not really an anime watcher these days. I'm more into manga and reading the story. But the art is very, very beautiful. And I hope that for those that have experienced trauma, they take something encouraging from this novel if they choose to read this. Um, and I'm not saying, Mio needs a man to find out who she is, but I think Kyoka is just a wonderful catalyst in her growing into the wonderful person that she is. People and love can have a very positive effect on each other, and I think this is just a wonderful story of that. Now, I have volume two. I have to reread volume two to refresh my memory, but I will do a review of that soon. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for hearing me listen as I try to get through, as I try to put these review projects together. But they will get better as I get better. So take care. Thank you for your patience, and I will see you soon. Bye bye. Hi, guys. And I forgot to mention that from the other part that I loved about My Happy Marriage was when Kyoka finds out. He goes on a little bit of a mission to find out what the heck happened to Mio and why she is the way that she is. I thought that was wonderful and that was so kick ass of him. So we're going to leave it there. I forgot to mention it in my review, but I didn't want to do it all over, so I'm just going to pop this in here. Take care, guys. Bye bye.